really been a month, man. We took a month. You know, that's really the Working Title Sports Show thing is that when it's after the NBA and NFL season's over and we get to those lull months during the summer, that's when it gets slow a little bit.
Because I know for a fact I'm a sorry ass baseball fan. You're a sorry ass baseball fan. We
I'm a
ain't
the passion of an Orioles fan is just it's not there.
Hey, what, I think actually, if I'm mistaken, I need you to look this up. If I'm mistaken, Chris Davis is getting that Bobby Bonilla money from the Orioles. If I am mistaken, I
Looks like
think
he
he's a,
is.
I think he's about. I think if I'm not mistaken, he was. I didn't hear the full story, but I heard that he was getting the Bobby Bonilla contract. He's
Yes,
basically
he
going to be
it's
getting
looking
paid
like
out.
it's looking like he is getting paid. You're right.
He's going to be getting the whole. He's going to be getting the like in interest and everything. But besides all that, we haven't been given a shit.
When the Orioles take 18 L's in a row, at that point you just gotta hang it up. At that point, it's like And
Yeah.
also, here's how slow the sports cycle is because the NFL season is about to start. When they're reporting of Steph Curry's parents divorcing, that's when you know shit is just where are we hit at where we're giving the shit about Steph Curry's parents?
Hey man. First off, number one, Dell Curry has been mentioned. See, that's not right. I don't want to say that. That sounds so mean. Dell Curry has been mentioned more times in his post career than he has when he was playing for the Hornets. That's not true. That is not true. Let me stop that.
And somebody mentioned he needs to go ahead and make amends with his wife because these young women ain't playing.
Come on, Dale. Dale. Come on, Dale.
Don't do it.
You know, that's an old nigga name. Dale. Dale. Dell.
Dale.
Not Dale. No, Dale. That's nigga too. God, anyway, but
that's how slow shit is now. But
I hated somebody on who was it, the other sports group that you and I in. That nigga had me die. He's like, oh shit, she on the market, y'all.
I mean, I did like your comment where it was like, yeah, I seen her average during the season. Nah, it's not looking good.
Nah. You only produce two NBA quality children. So at this point, I don't know how much you got left. Come on, man, she an old lady. That don't mean nothing. When you bring her value into it, no. And this ain't me being like, oh, you don't have no value as a woman. No, but there's something taken away when you.
But anyways,
never see something like, look, come on, man. The price dropped on KD the second he tore that Achilles. Let's not act like they don't add to where it.
Speaking of which, the American male basketball team flexed in the Olympics. Last time we talked, remember, we talked right when the NBA season was over. People were worrying. Like, oh shit, the American powerhouse is done.
You know what's so funny about it? They look like shit through all the qualifiers.
I knew they were going to figure it out.
This is the shit that get me. The shit that get me was the first game. France came out there, bust their teeth. The only reason why is because Fourier, for the first time ever, said, I'm Michael Jordan, and decided not to miss a damn shot. And the best shot was when he went to the line, right? He's at the line. You just see DL behind him. Like,
nigga, where was this during the season?
Where did any of this come from? I seen you 3 times last year. You did none of this. I know there's niggas in Orlando like, so you could have did this with a Magic?
Sick to their stomach.
Aaron Gordon, look, I know somewhere Aaron Gordon like this. If you did that, I wouldn't never want to get traded, nigga.
You know, first time they go back into practice, they're gonna pull a full metal jacket, put soap inside the fucking socks, and just.
Batum out here all flexing. I'm like, what would he done? That nigga flexing, he bumped motherfucking Draymond. I'm like, yo, chill. All of y'all need to chill. So at that point, real talk, I ain't gonna fake. I began to watch every United States basketball team, and I commenced to see these motherfuckers slowly but surely stomp out every cigarette, and they
last two games
didn't play with nobody.
The last 2 games, the last 4 games, KD came out and just flexed every game.
And the worst part about it was The whole time you can see KD slowly warming up anyway. It's like you almost knew that they were going to come back and just like start get rolling and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger story for me was seeing Slovenia come out, and I actually saw the couple of things. They look good. They look real good, man. Just for them to be in a bronze game against Australia, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, bet they're probably gonna get that silver medal. They're probably gonna get the bronze medal. I come back the next day. The fuck you mean? You let these niggas beat you by like 15? Are you sick? Australia smelted it, and they went for it, man. I give it up to them, man. I mean, how much they would? How much did they beat them niggas by? Yeah, what was the actual score to that? I was, laughing. They beat them 107-93, and I was like, no.
I mean, look, I mean, we knew the women basketball were never going to flex, but they kicked the shit out of Japan 90-75. Like, it wasn't even trying. It's like, god damn, they flexed on them motherfuckers. Jesus.
I will say this. I will say this for the Japanese women. Number one, they were the host country, so nothing was given to them.
Hell no. They work hard for that shit.
You're just here. I'm gonna say nothing's given them. You're here because you're here. You're the host country. Pat, getting knocked out the first round, or don't even qualify. Japanese girls qualified. They barely beat Belgium. They came out and played an excellent game, and I actually saw that game. Excellent game against the French team. Whole full of like out of your real, Chris, is somewhat surreal seeing a whole bunch of Asian girls beat a whole bunch of black girls at basketball. That is something I wasn't ready for. I was not like
it's kind of
like if you told me China did it, all right, cool. They put chips in their neck. This is Japan. This is a little bit different. This is a little bit different. This ain't anime. This ain't anime and hentai. So I don't know how they smoke it every.
It's like when you see a black dude kick the shit out of everybody in lacrosse, and I'm like, well, shit, of course that would happen.
I know one tall nigga in lacrosse. Speaking of other sports,
I wish I played lacrosse. I had the height for it in high school. I would have been like dope, but I'm in PG County. There's no lacrosse team in PG County.
No, there isn't. But you know what is in PG County? A rugby team, and I saw the rugby team play. I actually saw the women's rugby. I didn't see the men's rugby. I got to see the Japanese team get their biggest girl. It was so fucking mean. This is the meanest thing I ever seen. Who's the Japanese playing? I think they was playing like Australia or somebody. It was playing one of the countries. It was Australia. No, it wasn't. God, I forgot who it was. Whatever. Anyway, little tiny. It was a Japanese girl who actually had shoulders on her. No, this was America. Japanese girl actually had shoulders on. She's coming, half brown girl. She's going, because those are the best athletes usually. Anyway, she was running at this big black girl who's like I'm gonna say running back because I don't know positions in rugby, but she had the ball. She was like over there, like Derrick Henry, girls. Japanese girl had her, jumps in the air. My black girl grabbed her and just tossed her to the side, literally. I was like this. Y'all ain't ready for rugby. Rugby's rugby is too much fun. It was like that was the only other sport that I wanted to watch that I don't normally watch. I didn't watch swimming. I didn't watch swimming.
Oh, swimming.
I watched swimming this year.
So in the swimming, Caleb Dressel was the guy that was like kicking up on all the gold easily and stuff. Because I think he won the men's freestyle. Was it men's freestyle? The butterfly, the 50-meter freestyle. Yeah, he won both 150 meter freestyle, the men's butterfly. But I think he got silver. They got gold in the men. He was part of the 4x100 meter men's relay, and I believe they won gold in that. So, yeah, that was definitely named the game. And also, even with our girl Simone Biles not playing, the women's gymnastics team still cleaned up.
You want to tell Simone? All right. So the whole thing with Simone was very, it was kind of a mixed bag. I was in the camp of I thought she was hurt. She looked hurt. She looked like something was clearly bothering her. Whether it was mentally, whether it was physically, I knew something was dragging on her. This is me not belittling the process of depression or something being on somebody's mind or
Yeah.
anything like that. I just hate it when people use the word mental health like the person can't see or some shit like that, like they can't breathe. I
Yeah.
hated it because on some real shit, yes, it's a mental blockage. It's like writer's block for an athlete. I totally understand that shit. What people made it out to be was like Simone never did a backflip and fell on her face before. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta leave her alone. Like she's a grown ass woman. She recognized it and she will be okay. She doesn't need all what you're doing right now.
I mean, because apparently
flowers, mental health is important. This is I see what you mean.
Apparently she had ADHD, and she couldn't take her medicine in Japan because that kind of medicine, I guess, is not, you can't take it in Japan. So she decided, all right, I'm gonna step away from this. I'll let you girls do it, and the gymnastics team just kind of kept going like they didn't miss a beat.
Also, I'm also going to say this: Simone was fine. She did it as a flex.
Why do you feel she did?
Personally, that's another thing. I personally think that was a flex.
That was
like she knew like you know when some like an athlete knows they're not going to win or they go like, I'm gonna actually sit out this one. Watch. Nah. Y'all fuck niggas don't need me.
that was literally the equivalent of Goku. Like, I can kill Cell right now, but go ahead and
get your ass out there.
Get your ass out here. And Jay Carey came out and killed it.
Man, that little Asian girl and that light skinned light skinned black girl that you just said, right? That was
Jay Carey is the no, she's American, white.
She's a white girl.
It's the other one because that was for the floor exercise.
You know what I'm saying? There was a black girl, there was an Asian one. I remember there
was. Let me find it because it was that. Yeah, because Jay Carey won the artistic floor exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Sunisa Lee.
These girls went out there, and Simone being the biggest cheerleader, it was different. It was truly different. It was where the leader's not there. What y'all gonna do without your leader? And I just got to be real because I believe in American gymnastics. We do what we do best. We get gold, bitch. I'm sorry. That's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. A lot of people didn't really mention. Even without Simone, America was really stacked. These girls were bad. Simone brought all of the best out of all those girls, man. And like I said, a part of me in my best mind, it was a flex. She sat down.
Now, did you hear about this other story that happened where in a Taekwondo event, this guy from this country literally during the match, legal kick in the face, guy went down. The guy that got kicked in the face, apparently because the move was lethal, not illegal, lethal, nigga got second place. I was like, what? So let me get this right.
The dude that threw the kick?
Yeah, got second place. The dude that got knocked out and was down for the count for like 2 minutes before they woke him up got first place. And I'm like,
okay, two things. Yes, that's the rules. You can't. You just.
I don't think he purposely wanted to make it lethal, but it was just he did lean. Hey, D, he leaned into that kick though. He did lean into that kick.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look, the point is, I think when he threw that kick, he's like, "This nigga ain't gonna move." Fuck.
He leaned. If I could find it, he leaned into that kick. It wasn't like the dude just came in there like blood rage, like here's a kick, bam. He leaned into that kick. I was like, oh crap. I was like, damn.
I hate to agree with the Olympics, but yes, you can't do that. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't do it. But I remember people was talking about that one, man. The other one I saw was
let's can we talk about how the Jamaicans just sat there and just flexed?
Hold on. We're going to get to that. I will say this. I got to give it up to Kurt Angle, who on 80 different occasions, you guys got to respect Simone Biles. You know how much pressure there is? Just imagine, if you will, You're your first Olympics. You have a broken freaking neck. I'm like, I hate you, Kurt. Kurt broke out the broken freaking neck every single God-loving time. And I'm fine with it. It's Kurt Angle. Kurt can do that because it's so funny. As much as I always hear it, I think this was the first time I actually seen the match that he was in. Okay, if I'm Kurt and I won the gold medal, you're going to be hearing that for the rest of your goddamn life with me. I win with a broken freaking neck. I don't blame Kurt for that.
All right. Here it is.
Oh, Lord.
I want people to understand something. This dude leaned into it. It wasn't like, oh, well, maybe. Nah, he leaned into that shit. Like, just straight up.
Okay, it's the brother that did it, isn't it?
Hamadi of Saudi Arabia in red, two-time defending Asian champion.
Oh,
and a huge Andrade goes down with 2:01 to go in this gold medal bout.
Knocked him out. That's a dude that didn't know he got hit. So let me get this straight. The nigga for Iran just got his teeth pushed in from a nigga from Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Hold on. Let me specify this. A dark brother from Saudi Arabia, because there's a bunch of them. No bullcrap. You know that, Chris.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them. So let me get this shit straight. That I don't know the politics between those two countries, but if I'm Iran, I'm mad. I'm gonna tell somebody they're like,
you go back to your country. You're like, we won the gold. Did you get knocked out? Shut the fuck up.
If there is a beef between them, second off they're playing. You just gonna let that motherfucker just drop you, huh? Nah, you give me the gold. Nah, you give me give it to take that joke, throw it in the water or some bullshit. You don't deserve shit. You don't deserve shit.
Oh my
Lord,
God,
that's funny.
man.
That's funny. The one I saw two stories that I thought was cool, and we get to track and field. But one of them, and one is in track and field, but one was the judo competition. Brother and sister, both Japanese, winning in the same day. That has never happened before. The brother won the men's judo, the sister won the women's judo. Both Japanese, both playing their country's. Come on, man. That's one of their country's jams, bro. Judo. Come on now, nigga. Like of course they're gonna be good in that. But think about it. That's like winning soccer. That's like a Brazilian winning soccer. I know that don't mean nothing, but still, you see it, but still, I thought that was kind of cool. The second one was actually in track and field, man. It was actually the high jump. It was a high jump competition between two competitors. One was from Italy, the other one was from Qatar. Mm-hmm. And what happened was both of them was doing very well. I mean, good jumps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They break out the story about the Italian dude. The Italian dude, he was hurt and he couldn't make it to the Olympics over in Rio. So 2020 comes around. Right before it was about to start, right before it was trying to start for qualifying, he gets hurt again. And then on top of that, they canceled it. So he did all that work and he finally make it, and he's in the running to get a gold. Big story, right?
Yep.
Other side, dude from Qatar didn't qualify in the last Olympics his own self. So he had to go through a whole bunch of bullshit to get where he's at fighting for the gold. Dude from Qatar goes for a jump. He hits the pole. Dude from Italy goes. He jumps. His thigh hit the pole. So they go to both of them. All right, guys, you got a choice. Either A is a jump off, or B, you both share first place. They both went to hug each other. Chris, I wasn't crying. I wasn't crying at all. Ooh, I was not crying, especially when that white boy grabbed the Italian flag and just, ass ball Chris, crying. I wasn't crying. I wasn't crying when that brother went over to his brothers and sisters and them and hugged them, and they was all I wasn't crying at all. It was special. But,
I mean,
I wasn't crying at all.
I was kind of interested in how like all the ladies were going nuts over this dude in the Taekwondo. He won the gold in the kata. I believe he's from Spain.
Okay. The ladies I can only imagine how he looks.
Oh, he looks like a Tekken character. All of us were joking. I was like, "Yo, hey, don't let fucking old boy find him and they put him in fucking Tekken 8 and shit."
Look like that motherfucker. Look at that motherfucker.
He won the golden kata. I was like, he looked like he does a lot of katas. I give him that.
There's a kata competition.
Yep.
Didn't know that. I saw. I also saw. What you call it? Skateboarding.
Oh yeah. What's his face? What's the Japanese dude? Horigome. He won it.
Yeah. But
Main Street.
But what really made me laugh was when I was watching the clips of it.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing I saw was the Americans. It was two of them. It was the one white boy who was actually pretty decent. And I got to be real with you. This is at least the way they grade this one is different from X Games.
It's way different than X Games.
You know when they tell them to do one trick in X Games, you got to do a couple of them. You got to do a couple of them in X Games. But in like this one, it's just like one trick, go down the ramp, that type of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my son tried to attack me. Don't know how that happened. But anyway,
no, I mean, look, I think Tony Hawk.
That's it. But in this one, it was just a white boy. It was like white boy, and it was the other dude. He was like half black, whatever he be. It doesn't really matter because all they showed was this motherfucker just trying to go for that ramp jump, fall. Skateboard goes that way.
Hey,
Japanese dude won just because he didn't fuck up.
I mean, that's really what it boils down to. You don't fall, then you might end up getting like the perfect score damn near. Because it's like,
kills me. I've seen X Games where everybody bust their shit.
I mean, you know what's funny is that Tony Hawk said it best. It used to be a time where his 900 was like so special. And then you think about these young kids, they just do 1080s like it ain't shit. He was just like, are you like this young kid did a 1080. And I was like, what?
Hey, look. Tony, you expanded the game. You made the game bigger than what it was. Yada yada yada. You brought the shit home. All the rest of that shit. I just saw what Gaddafi wrote down. But like yeah, it's nice and all that shit, man. But like there's gonna be a kid that's gonna excel it. Bring it to the next level because that's the way it always should be.
I mean, it's one thing to do it in a video game where like, ain't no way somebody gonna do a 1080 on a skateboard and you see it and you're like, son of a bitch.
You ever do this, Chris, when you get really, really high air, you do the air Christ, that's never gonna happen.
I swear to God, I will bury myself if I ever see somebody do that shit to X Games and lands it.
It'll be a brother.
Man,
I guarantee it's so like Daquan Simmons from Harlem, New York.
It's like, damn. It's like what?
Oh man, that motherfucker got like this. All right, man, Daquan, you did good, but you can't get it because you forgot the K in skate, so you can't qualify. Yeah, you're right, man.
Let me tell you something. Them Jamaicans were not playing around at the Olympics.
Boy, okay. First off, to my boy, Noah Lyles, who decided, I always run the 400. I always want the 400, but I'm going to do 200 in this one. I'm coming down, so that means I'm going to be faster. Are you still training for the 400? Nah, why am I going to do that? And he was slower.
I mean, somebody said it best, and it kind of bleeds into the whole thing with Shikari, which we'll get into in a minute later. But like, COVID kind of fucked up a lot of athletes in the sense of how they train.
I wouldn't even say that. I call bullcrap on that one.
Yeah, I don't want to make it as a cop out. I really don't.
I call bullcrap on that one because I actually asked somebody the dude that actually helped train Noah Lyles. I asked him, like, is everybody just like Lofi? Like, no, you're a track star. You know how to do that. There are ways around it. Shit. You're like, there's a baseball field probably behind your house. You can do that shit. I will say this. I think there was I think the level of arrogance the Americans had this year was kind of high because everybody didn't do well. Yeah, Allison was supposed to do better than what she did, but Allison Fields got what she got. Gabby, but I will say this one. Seeing how Gabby ran, she ran the 200. Was that the 100 that Gabby?
She did the women's 4x100 relay.
I think she did. Did she do both or did she do one? I thought she did both of them.
I'm trying to
Gabby,
think.
no. She only did one. She only won it. She won the third. The third. She won on bronze for the 200.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, and Allison only won her.
Oh yeah. She got silver. Also. Yeah, she got silver in the women 4x100 and then bronze in the 200 meters. So yeah.
But when you really look at how it is, that's your future. That's the real future of the women's team right there. It's gonna be Gabby. She's nice. She's probably gonna be Allison number 2. But come on, Allison. What Allison did is incredible. It's gonna be a while till somebody catch up to Allison with that with the medal count. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
To be as dynamic and to do it as long as Allison did it, and Allison had the nerve. Yeah, I'm pregnant too, bitches. Like I came back from pregnant.
I just popped the baby out. It's all good.
Man, I can run again. Gazelle, shit like that.
So it's all good.
But it's kind of funny. Do you see the Jamaican girl, especially in the 100? Woo! These girls run faster than the damn men. Who was that? Elaine. Elaine Thompson. She's
not playing.
She ain't
not playing.
Shelly Ann Frazier. Shelly Ann Frazier Price. Frazier Price is a bad bitch too. I swear these Jamaicans, they will. And the best part, Chris, was what we had to see this weekend.
So I want people to understand something. So Sha'Carri got last. She ran 11.14, and I think the fastest was 10:59.
Yeah.
They got first. Now, for us as couch quarterbacking this shit, we're all like, "Oh, 11:14, she's so slow." I gotta be honest with you. I told somebody asked a very good question, D. And it was in the amount of people laughing at all of us, kind of us as older folks, were like, somebody was like, "Hey, when was the last time you actually ran full speed?"
Full speed.
And somebody was like, "Shudders in Vietnam flashbacks." I was like, "Yep," because look, I answered.
That's a cop out too. That's a cop out to me too. Like, well, you can't do it. Well, fucking course I can.
But it had made me think the last time I ran full speed, it was literally at a family reunion in 2019. I'm hanging out with some of my younger cousins and stuff, and I decided, hey, I'm going to take part in the foot race like I did as a kid. I bolted down the field, cooked all of them. About 30 minutes later, my legs was like, "What the fuck were you doing, Chris?" And I had to sit my ass down because my legs were just like,
when was the last time I did? There was some ghetto shit, wasn't it, D? Yes, it was, wasn't it? Oh my God, it was. Somebody was shooting and I ran full speed. I don't remember how long ago it was, but I was running full speed.
The point is,
I was gone. But the point is,
Sha'Carri got cooked.
That ain't no excuse either.
She got cooked.
Because I had to ask again, like, so you saw the numbers. How good was that? I'm sorry, you pulled 11 what? In a qualifier? No, she garbage. I'm like, come on, man. No. She's
and
garbage.
The thing of it is, didn't she do 10:30 something in the Olympic qualifier? So yeah, that's definitely slow. You did 10:30 in the Olympic qualifier, and then you did 11:14, which
and Chris, the goalpost got unwedged and moved back. Well, she wasn't even running full.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us look at the end of the day.
I like how everybody has this idea that a track star just wakes up the next day, turn the veg out. They don't know. They don't do that.
No, because my thing is this:
even when they veg out, they don't do it like you.
We said it before that Sha'Carri was always going to be fine. Nike supported her. Hell, she was in a fucking Kanye West Nike commercial for his dumbass album Donda and shit.
And I stand by what homeboy said. Y'all do realize we got like 5 other bitches that are way faster than her, right? Y'all know
Now,
about the Jamaicans, right?
and the kicker is like, do I think she can beat the Jamaicans? Sure, she's 19. She got time to fucking cook them at some point.
Yeah, eventually all them heifers are going to retire. I'm sorry, Chris, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that she can't get better, but she is currently a Honda Civic trying to run with a bunch of Ferraris, and it ain't going to work.
Not quite.
Oh, yes, she is.
No. See,
right
it's hard for me to say Ferrari. That's harsh. That's harsh.
As it stands, she is a Civic blasting the NOS while the other
I would
Ferraris
say
are
this.
in third gear.
I would say
I don't
this.
want to hear it.
She is a inferior Corvette against some Ferraris. She's fast, but she ain't a Ferrari fast.
You know what she is? Medalist, and she ain't got a medal yet, so she really can't talk shit.
Yeah, that's why I was
That's why I say, and that's why I will continue to say, and if anybody want to bring it up, I mean it. Gabby Thomas is going to be the future of the women's track team. I really hope so. If this really was, and I think it will be, our last time seeing Allison Felix. Peace, baby girl. You know what I mean? He's like, peace, baby girl.
At the end of the day, the
men, now here's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the women. The women actually look like they got promise of things. The men look like they have no structure whatsoever. It looks like all of them
was a mess.
It looks like the men got people going for them. I think Fred Carley, he got silver. I was surprised it was a black dude running from Italy. Of course he's yellow. Anyway,
of course there's black people in Italy. Why wouldn't he?
My boy, one of my favorite TikTok people. You saw the little African dude that does little life hacks where somebody does something simple, he just does something. He's from Italy. I didn't know that. That threw me off. But yes, Negroes live in Italy. Like, how is the form? I don't know, Nick.
I mean, if you're talking men's, I would say like Trayvon Bromell is definitely like the promising.
That's the problem, though. Let's see. Here's the thing. Kenny Bednarek. Is that the 19-year-old? Is that the 19-year-old? No, it's not.
No, 22.
No, it's not. Nah, that's a 22-year-old. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got him confused with the
Arian Knighton he's 17. My bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. One of them's the real young one that everybody's.
Yeah, Arian Knighton. Yeah, Arian Knighton is the youngest one. He qualified.
When you look at the 200, it's Kenny and Noah. Kenny and Noah are supposed to be the leaders of that. And Chris, let me put this into perspective for you. And why is a bit of a mess. About a half a year ago, Usain Bolt's record was annihilated by Noah Lyles. Then the very next year, Noah saw his record and annihilated that. So everything he was on pace, and this you can probably say COVID messed up. That probably messed up his momentum going into it. That's about it. Outside of that, he just trained wrong, which what I heard, just trained wrong. He didn't do nothing right. He started pulling back, thinking I can do this and do that. It ain't like, when a boxer loses weight and go to a different weight class, they got to do shit differently. No, not in track and field. If you're training for the 400, if you're training for the 400, that means you're good for whatever. You have all that. But he dropped down and then dropped his training down like you got to keep training where you was. It didn't work out that way. You could tell they ate him up. Kenny looked real good because they didn't even think he was even going to. I remember they thought he wasn't even going to make it out the not make it out to qualify, but they didn't really bring up his name a lot. Noah was the one everybody was all excited about because of course he broke records. This is different between him and Sha'Carri. He just had Sha'Carri just started. Noah, who's only been racing for this long and has all this gold and everything stacked up on him already. He was primed to be the next Michael Johnson, whomever else name you want to put out there.
Yep.
And so guess what? We'll see him in 2 years at the World Championships. Well, hopefully he's killing everybody, man. That's all we can say. I can say the same thing for Sha'Carri. She's 19. And if she's really half of what everybody really thinks she is, she's gonna be one of the best of all time.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
now, get your ass off of Twitter. It's weird. Out your mouth.
It's weird because everybody's like, she shouldn't be arrogant. I'm like, but you're an athlete by default. You're going to be arrogant you're going to be cocky.
It's hard to tell a track star not to be cocky.
Like fucking Jamaicans by default, that's arrogance in their blood.
And like here's my thing. Here's what they like. Well, she's just trying to meet up with them Jamaican girls, and she got what happened. You ever try to fuck with grown folk and get your ass whooped?
And the funny thing is, D,
that's what happened.
And the funny thing is, there's no blood between both of them. That's the crazy part. No, they don't hate each other. There really is no hate.
No, they don't. But you know what the Drake girl? I see it. Slow ass bitch. I told you, fake ass. What's all them? Like, why are these American girls just like, it was the weed, bitch? I smoke weed every day. Shut up.
And it's like everybody think there's like some beef, and I'm like, they're not beefing. I mean, they might low-key jab at each other. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, there's nothing but jabbing from those girls. Jamaican girls, they was coming for blood.
Oh,
that was what happened.
First, second, and third. That tells you they were out for blood.
That was planned. And that shows you that she was sleeping. And to me, it's like, Sha'Carri, this is your L. You deserve this. You had it coming. You stepped out there to girls who actually want something. And like, I can keep up. Okay. Like I said, look, it's the dog yelling at horses that he can keep up. Like, really? Okay, let's go.
All right, whatever. So right now, F1. Our boy Louis Hamilton is in first. Finally, it's been a while, but he's in first.
But what happened really was the last race, the last two races.
He's been on fire.
No, he ain't been on fire so much. Let me put it this way. What happened?
Verstappen has just been fucking up.
What happened was I said when in the British Grand Prix they got into a little wreck, yada yada yada. Anyway, the episode we even record was during the Hungarian Grand Prix. The Hungarian Grand Prix was interesting because the second that started going, big ass crash. Like a whole bunch of people go out, yada yada yada, and it was a whole bunch of people go out, yada yada yada. Verstappen's whole car gets wrecked. I mean, like they shredded to bits, which is going to hurt them in points later on because there is like there's a rule in place. You can only use so many power cells. You can use so many different frames in a year. And if you do, you would get penalized in points or something like that. So Red Bull's about to get penalized because they done ran through power cells and everything already at this point. And that fucked them up even more. And then make it even worse, Verstappen didn't score in this match because the motherfucker was stuck in 12th place almost the whole race. He couldn't do nothing. He couldn't get no power to the engine. Now, meanwhile, I love this. When everybody got off the field who got into a crash, and I'm not even going to go into how the crash started and whoever did whatever. It was just a mistiming, and people ran into each other as soon as the race started. So everybody's doing their practice lap, right? And it was raining at that point. Now the rain has dried up. Everybody's still racing. Everybody pits except Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton is like, "I bet I'm gonna get the early lead on everybody. I'll be in first place." And the lights go out and he drives out. He's halfway on it. Lewis goes, "Oh fuck! I gotta pit. Gotta pit. I still got these wet tires on, and I'm slow. I gotta pit." He pits, gets him in. He drops all the way to, at this point, I think it was like 5th place or 15th place or something. And it was the saddest thing in the world, Chris. I have never heard a person who was a legit superstar in their field sound so crushed. He gets past
so crushing.
He's in 15th place. He goes after one lap. I don't know about this, fellas. I don't know. It's pit like, keep it up, Lewis. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, man. Just stay up. It's gonna be good. Stick with the plan. Okay, I want to stick with the plan. Lewis ended up catching all the way up, but it was so like, oh guys, I think I just want to quit. That's what it sounded like to me.
It's like I gotta go.
I don't want to do it no more. But it was an interesting race because the person that ended up winning was Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon, who has not scored nothing, who was rumored to go to Mercedes next year. He won't. But there was a lot of big things coming around him. Team Alpine, he's with Team Alpine. They finally got their big win. That's his first professional win. Cool moment for him.
Yes.
Second place was my boy, Sebastian Vettel, which is really interesting. Fuck what happened to him. There was this whole little thing about fueling capacity and all the rest of that, and they had to take points away from him and all that. It's bullshit. It was bullshit. Everybody said it was bullshit, but they're going to uphold it. And he didn't get third place. He didn't get second place. They gave it to the person at third place, which was Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton went from third to second place, and now he got more points. The best part about the story about Sebastian Vettel losing his points, was the fact that a lot of people rumored on the fact that when they gave their moment of showing your support for Black Lives Matter or anything like that, he was wearing a rainbow shirt and all the rest of that for gay pride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Chris. Now, as you know as well as I do, middle of a country called Hungary, do you really think gay pride would over good in Hungary?
Hell no.
No, it doesn't. No, it didn't. By the buzz, all the rich Hungarians did not like it. Not one bit. So the big rumor is that that's the reason why the whole ruling came down, is because this motherfucker had the goddamn nerve to still wear the ring. It wasn't that he wore it during that time. It's the fact that while he was racing, his helmet, you saw like these rainbow stripes. Look dope, actually, against the little money green helmet that it has. It looks really good. But you saw the little gay pride rainbow. I was like, yeah, they ain't gonna like that. So they took points away from him, man. It was messed up. So currently, right now, as you see, Verstappen is in second place, only by a little bit. It's
8
still
points.
a big race.
8 points behind Louis Hamilton.
It's still a race between those two. Third place, I don't know who's really going to be fighting for third place in all of it, but that's going to be interesting because a lot of people's looking at.
Actually, I'm looking at
Norris.
I'm looking at the results right now. So pretty much as it stands, it's going to be Norris and Bottas and Perez that are going to be fighting for that third place slot because they're pretty close.
Yeah, and when it comes to when it comes to the drivers, points, especially when it's like it's fighting for drivers are going to be fighting for their position no matter what. You know what I mean? But look at that gap though, that noticeable gap. It's 195 Lewis Hamilton, 187 Max. And then Lando got 113. There's a significant gap. You already know who the best two drivers out there. At that point, if you're Mercedes, you want Bottas to win as much as he can. Same thing go for Perez, which is a real big interesting thing. Everybody loves Sergio Perez. Checo's a motherfucking. Everybody loves him. Problem about it is this, nigga. Can you keep up in that car like motherfucking Max and keep us getting points? Because the last two races, you ain't scored shit.
So you're goddamn lying.
You slowed this down. Max ain't scored the last two matches either, man. So it's getting real tight, and it's getting real tight. Mercedes against Mercedes and Red Bull, man. And one thing's for sure, Red Bull's going to be losing points, and I think another team's going to be losing points too because of the bullshit that's going on with the equipment and all that. That's still some stuff I don't understand, man. I know NASCAR do the same thing, but they're a little bit way more looser than that. So you have to put up those stupid ass rules. I don't get them. I don't get them.
So NFL news: 93% of the Dallas Cowboys are vaccinated, and given Jerry Jones's comments today, I'm going to guess that by the time the season starts, 100% of that staff is going to be vaccinated because Jerry basically more or less said, hey, you ain't going to be fucking up my goddamn money, so get vaccinated.
Is that the reason why you have Jerry Jones staring daggers into my soul, Chris?
Basically, because
if anybody can see this shit, this motherfucker. Hold on. I got a point there. You see how this motherfucker is looking at me, right? Look at that shit. That's right. I'm kneeling with my players.
Who knew Jerry and Michael Irvin would be the voice of reason? Like I said, Jerry, it's a money thing, which again is very understandable. But he's right. It's like, hey, dog, you're gonna fuck up the church's money because you don't want to get vaccinated.
You know the best thing. I heard somebody was like, "Oh, it's all about the money with him. It's all about the money with him." Somebody I know. Ain't you the same motherfucker that makes excuses for Floyd Mayweather when he does? Like, yeah, of course it's going to be with that. He's Jerry Jones. He's Jerry Jones. Have at least a little bit of respect for the person that he is, which is a moneymaker. Come on, man.
He knows.
Man. Of course he's going to be thinking that, man.
Yeah, like I said, 93% is very promising and stuff because if you are vaccinated, the COVID protocols, as long as you're quarantined, I think for 48 hours, you're fine.
That's what's going to make it interesting because then Cole Beasley and his boy got COVID.
Okay, so Cole Beasley has now.
I don't know if he got. Is he officially?
He just now entered COVID protocols. So okay,
Chris, I'm gonna say one more time. If the players tell me what their end game is with this, I will support it. I will support it. As ignorant as it might be, I'm going to support it. I haven't heard nothing. It sounds like either A, you're scared of shots, or B, you're going to get nano machines. So, I don't understand what you think is going to happen.
So what it is the team trainer is vaccinated, but he, tested positive. The 4 players that he was around tested negative, but they got to miss practice because of the NFL COVID policy. And I was like, yeah, because the yeah. So it's Beasley, Gabriel Davis, Latulele, and Vernon Butler.
And I'm going to go and guess. All of the motherfuckers ain't vaccinated, are they?
Probably ain't vaccinated.
That's probably why they're doing this shit. Here's the thing. I understand that you can still get COVID if you are vaccinated. Duh. We already know that. I think what the NFL is trying to do is trying to draw a line. Like, no, we're not doing this. And I know a lot of people are scared of that. I really do. We're scared when the government draws a line like that. We're scared with any power doing that. I understand that shit. That's why I really mean it when it comes to the players, when it comes to this situation. I mean that in the NBA, NFL, soccer, F1, whatever. Tell me, what the fuck is your end game? If they say no, you can, you go, yes, I can. Why are you saying yes, you can? I just don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at Lamar's.
All to me just falls on personal. Like, I get it, personal shit, but doesn't that fuck your team over?
Dude, Lamar Jackson literally said, "I got COVID twice. I still ain't gonna get vaccinated." I'm like, bro, you're gonna fuck up your. Okay, Lamar, fine, fuck you. You don't care. I don't care. Whatever.
You know who's reading that? You know who's reading that, Lamar? You know who's reading that? Every petty as fuck Yinzer is reading that. Do you know that when y'all go up to Pittsburgh, they're going to be coughing on everything you eat? You forgot.
This is the inverse opposite of the Jordan flu game.
You forgot who your rival is. The Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the most toxic fan bases out there.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize, and y'all got one of the best. No bull crap, Chris. You agree? Steelers and Ravens is a really good rivalry for reasons.
And you got to face off against another fellow black quarterback in Hoskins, because he's been doing Dwayne Haskins. He's been doing pretty good in preseason so far.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, look.
Don't give that nigga
hope. I'm giving him hope because I hated that the Redskins kind of did him dirty. That's just me.
I hate that.
The team from Washington, my bad, not the Redskins. The team from Washington.
He did the team from Washington dirty. But on the flip side, if just to be really honest with you, he did the team for Washington no fucking favors, which is just perfect with D.
True. This is true.
Yo, I died though reading this shit. I like just reading up on the fact that Lamar really truly said, I got it twice, nigga. I'm like, eventually. Why do y'all? Here's the thing. I will never understand people who eat ass with a spoon and fork. Then turn around, man, I ain't gonna put that shit inside me.
Cam Newton, our boy Mo said it best. Cam is like, I don't want to get the vaccination. Now he's in COVID protocol. Meanwhile, hey Cam, you got a rookie quarterback that's waiting to want to play. Since Cam is in protocol now, opportunity for the rookie to get a position.
You better hope Belichick can't do this to him because it's like I can mold him. I can mold. It's Thomas all over again. Yeah, it's not Thomas. It's Thomas all over again.
He says Thomas. I'm sorry. That is
That's
hilarious
it.
to me.
Just fuck around and that rookie gets a little bit good with Bill Belichick. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's still, I know we're starting. The evidence is coming in. There was more Tom Brady than Bill Belichick, but I'm still scared of what Bill Belichick can do. You do realize this nigga took 18 niggas that was injured on defense and let them win a Super Bowl. So
He duct taped the motherfuckers and was like,
boy,
"Hey, defense,
it
go."
was Asante Samuel and 10 broken niggas. I don't yo, here's the thing. I'm also I'm with Mo. And Mo was on our show, and I hope I think it's just gonna be you, me, and Denzel for this special this next week, but I'm not really sure. But whatever. Our boy Mo did say it best. He's going out sad. Cam is going out way sadder than any of. And I think the reason why is like, okay, fuck, he never won a Super Bowl. Fuck that. Your last 3 seasons is just ugly, Cam. And I hate seeing that. I hate seeing
You hate to see it because you want the comeback story, like, oh.
And especially as everybody, I don't think Cam was ever in 99 or 95 for that matter.
No.
But goddamn, man, we thought
he was like 89, 90.
Yeah. God damn it, you're one of the best quarterbacks, dog. You should have at least. Yeah, and you have tried to get a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I think it's just really sad that his stock has seriously went down since that Super Bowl, man. That's the thing that really hurts me with Cam Newton.
Yeah. On top of that, Tim Tebow, as expected, all it took was one play, and Urban Meyer was like, "Well, I did my job. Thank you for your time, Tebow."
2 plays.
2 plays.
2 plays, which I hate agreeing with Skip Bayless's excuse on this. The way dude's chomping in, it kind of looked like Tim had no choice. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of that.
But the
second one,
that one block that he just missed, like
that second one.
People need to know, as a tight end, it's not about just catching the ball. You have to actually be the person to actually defend.
You need to slow that motherfucker down, especially if it's a DN. If it's DN, you need to at least slow him down. I'm not saying get the full block because it ain't a running play. So I'm just need you to bop, 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 then bop out. That's all I need you to do. And in some place, and maybe in this case, especially that second one, all I need you to do is this, Tim. Just keep him in front of you. Keep him in front of you. Chris, Tim Tebow didn't go out with a bang. He went out with a whimper, and I am glad.
Went out like a wet fart in Urban Meyer, and I will agree.
I told you, I was like, "Yo, Herb, I have way too much respect for you. You better fire this dude."
No, but the thing of it is, I don't know whether it was Skip or somebody else that said it best. No, actually, no, it was Troy Aikman, and everybody got pissed off at him. I'm like, no, Troy's right. If Urban Meyer needed to get respect, it was by virtue of admitting Tim Tebow was not fit for the team and he had to cut him.
Oh yeah. What? And a lot of people remember this. God, I'm pulling this one back. Steve Spurrier wouldn't do that shit.
Nah.
Steve Spurrier lost a lot of respect in the locker room when he tried to put out Danny Werfel out there. You don't do it's your buddy. It's your fucking buddy. That's the kid you coached. You think you know him.
Yeah.
This Urban Meyer did the right thing. Like I told you a day before he did. I was like, Herb, I have way too much respect for Urban Meyer.
Didn't fire him. That locker room would have been like,
oh my God, if he didn't get cut, it'd be like, why the fuck is he still like? If he didn't get cut, if I'm the number 2 tight end, I'm walking up to him going, why is he still here?
Yep. And I mean, that's why I never understood
why is he here?
And that's why I did not understand why people were pissed off at Troy for saying that. I'm like, no, he's right. He's fucking right.
Could you imagine? I think it was Shannon Sharp, the bitch. Like, could you imagine you being in that locker room, all that testosterone bumping off that wall, and he walks in that locker room when he should have been cut? Don't you? Ain't nobody on that team gonna respect Urban Meyer. It won't take long for half that team to look at each other like, no.
Fuck that.
No, he's just gonna keep his buddies around while somebody else. No, No. And especially it ain't the people that's trying to get a job. It's the people that know they're going to be in Jacksonville that year. That's when everybody, even Minshew, Gardner Minshew, probably looking at that. I'm sorry, I'm going to throw to who?
That dude?
Like, what? What? You're the number 2. Yeah, I know I'm number 2, but I might have to fuck around and be the number 1 one day. Why am I throwing to him? He can't protect nobody. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, who's the rookie, he's going to block for me?
There's a lot of players I would trust to block. Not Tebow, though.
I know when Trevor saw that, he was like, "Whoa! I hope coach do something about this." Oh, like if it's an excuse, like if we're gonna put him out, like if he stays here, that better mean you moved him a fullback and you want to try out one more play. Oh my god!
I mean, like I said, Urban Meyer got the respect now because now the players like, oh, he's willing to cut somebody that he likes. All right, cool. I see how it is. I understand it now.
A good question is this: is it going to win more games?
I smell 7-9 season possibly.
Boy, this is going to be interesting because the new coach is a college coach with a team that kind of has no direction. It's amazing, Chris. It's amazing that it's been 4 years since the beautiful, beautiful Saxonville. It feels like it's been a long time, hasn't it? So yeah, this is a new direction for this team. They have to, it's going to be interesting, man. I don't know what they're going to win. With Urban Meyer, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting this season with that. I mean, I think we'll probably go deeper into it next week when we dive deeper into it. But it was just the Tim Tebow thing. It's kind of like it happened. It's done.
It's over. Oh, yeah. God. Could you imagine if he caught a preseason catch?
Skip Bayless would be like, oh, just jerked himself off.
You denied it. Everyone denied it except me. That type of crap, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, so you got that, and we'll go into it deeper next week. But Jameis Winston is definitely he's definitely doing as us what us as black people do when we really want that job, and you start acting very professional. And you get people talking to you and stuff. He did an interview with the people after the second preseason game because he threw 2 TDs, right? He was very professional, and all of us was like, "Yeah, we know what you're doing, Jameis. You want that job." Oh, you're gonna get professional right now.
I was gonna be good. I'm gonna throw straight. I'm gonna throw right to the person this time. I ain't gonna throw to everybody else like I usually do. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be a good field nigga. That's the way he said.
No, look, I love Jameis.
Right. That's not right.
I love Jameis. I think when you get those moments, because it was a moment where he was actually breaking down. God. He was breaking down a play.
I'm sorry. I know where you're going with that, Chris. I don't for one reason. Oh God, the look on his face.
Deshaun Jackson's face.
Jackson.
That was my face the whole time.
Shaggy said it the best way. Deshaun Jackson was all of us in Tampa. Where it was like, okay, we're not going to win a game ever again. We're not ever going to.
Deshaun literally like, I left Washington for this.
This is why I left Washington for this. At least they like me up there. Shit. I got friends in the NFC East.
Dog, think about it. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Don't know nobody. Nobody can't throw no ball at me.
Dude, think about it.
All these interceptions.
Nigga, 2 weeks ago, him and Jameis was probably at a fucking Buffalo Wild Wings chilling and having fun. And then that first game, boom, he did this shit, and we were going to eat that. And he's like, oh, God, dude, why? We were having fun, and you did that shit.
Boy, I'll never forget, I was on Twitter that morning, and I saw it, and I thought it was, like, fake. What I really thought was the Tampa faithful was taking that seriously.
Yeah.
And then, like, minutes later, Shaggy was like, we're going to lose this game. And they did. God. I feel bad. I feel bad for the Tampa.
W's.
Hey, man, whatever. You know what, Chris? You know what? I'm looking at our squad right now, and I have no idea what's going on. I have one question, though. Have you heard any rumor about Dak Prescott? about him being hurt or something? Because
I follow this dude on IG Law Nation because he's actually one of those field reporters, those like indie field reporters for the teams and stuff, and he was there. Dak's injury, it wasn't major. He's fine. He's throwing the ball like normal. Nothing big. It was nothing serious. It was just one of those, hey, Dallas, you pay that guy that amount of money, you're going to take precautions and be like, hey, sit your ass down, Dak.
Because what I saw was, and it's kind of funny, some of these things from Adam Schefter, I understand him putting out something that never came to fruition. That's happened before and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Schefter and the other dude, I forgot his name. I never remember his name God, I forgot his name. Whatever. Lockerford. No, but whatever. Oh, the other guy, both of them, that happens from time to time. Sometimes when I see some of these news, I'm like, that didn't happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it was like a strained shoulder muscle, and they're just taking precautions. But they said Dak is feeling fine and stuff, and like I said, he's throwing like normal. There's no muscle injury, so I'm like, it seems as though they're taking precautions, but it's no major injury and stuff. So
that's what I'm saying. When I see some of these reports, I'm like, are you sure? Like, Adam Schefter, fuck it up. You know what I mean?
I mean, I get Adam Schefter because I guess he doesn't want to mince words, so he'll say it, and you're like, oh fuck, and it's like,
that's what I thought too. And then some motherfuckers like, nah, this nigga be lying all the time. So I can't even tell, man.
I mean, but it seems like, right now, from what I'm seeing of the defense, it seems as though they got some shit going on that's actually working out for them. I'm just going by preseason because that is the preseason. Like offense, it seems as though they're fine, but defense, from what I'm seeing, it seems as though they got a pretty good roster on that end and stuff so far. But like I said, it's preseason, and the last thing you want to do is be duped into thinking that, oh my god, the preseason, everything is great, and it's like, nah, it's So anyways, SummerSlam happened.
Wrestling.
Actually, before we get to SummerSlam, so an important thing happened. CM Punk is officially AEW now, and Daniel Bryan didn't come out that night, which, all right, whatever. I still maintain he comes to New Japan. That's going to be fucking even more huge.
It's funny because the week before, on Rampage, which I guess is supposed to be their
Thunder,
their SmackDown, whatever. But they started off with two big nights. The first time was Christian winning the Impact title, beating Kenny Omega. You know what? I don't even know if Kenny. It's weird with Kenny when he loses matches. It's just weird. It's like nobody says nothing bad. Nobody got nothing smart ass to say. It's like it was done perfectly. No, it's stupid. I don't know, man. But whatever. The point is this. So the person that wins the belt is a person that's currently not even on the Impact Wrestling roster. And on top of that, I know what they're gonna say, but he was once Impact champion. Cool. You could have given this to Moose. Why again?
You could have had it. You could have had old boy beat Kenny at Slammiversary.
You couldn't get this back to Rich. Why again?
And then it was the other belt, and then it was the other belt that he lost that apparently they were trying to go for Andrade, but I guess apparently like AEW didn't want him losing to Andrade in AAA or some shit like that, and they wanted it on AEW, and it kind of fucked up that whole thing. And I'm just like, yeah,
because Andrade winning the AAA belt is a big thing.
Yeah,
especially with a company he was not with before, because he was with CMLL.
Yeah.
CMLL, he wasn't with AAA.
Yeah,
but him winning in AAA at Triple Mania with his father-in-law up there giving chomps to fucking Conan, which is funny because I always forget how big of a deal Conan is in Mexico. Conan has always been a big deal. Even when he's doing nothing, people love Conan because it's Conan. But anyway, him chomping Conan, them doing the figure. Excellent moment, man. Lovely moment. I'm with Angie. And when Angie says this, we don't understand, like the fans don't understand how much Rick loves his son-in-law. Rick loves Andrade. So it was a weird thing. It's always weird with Kenny to me how he loses matches that I think he's supposed to win, or loses matches in such a wonky fashion. It's just weird to me.
I'm
And nobody says nothing bad about it.
I'm just laughing too that Jade Cargill, they're definitely pushing her as like the Black Goldberg.
They really pushing Jade because they really like
She's
really
Goldberg, God bless them. They're definitely taking advantage of it.
Kiera, it's kind of funny seeing Kiera Hogan get pushed to the side, but I knew she was.
I mean, come on, dog. Who made you think she was gonna beat Jade? I didn't. Come on.
One reason why I'm not sold on Jade.
I'm not sold on her either.
Straight up not sold on her for
she got the look.
That's the only reason why people are letting her go is because of her look and the fact that every girl she wrestles so far is just plain dead when they get hit by her. So again, I'm not about to.
It's 90s WCW Goldberg at this stage. It's like
you
might not like. You might like Hugh Morris, but you see Hugh Morris get his ass whooped in a 1-minute match. You're like, all right, cool, that works.
I think it is interesting bringing in CM Punk. He already called out Darby, which is going to be interesting. Here's the funny thing. Here's the funny situation. Because I had to pose that question to everybody, and I still mean it. I don't want him to win because I don't want Darby to lose to him. Because I'm always against the idea of certain people coming back from a long injury or a long time just winning. Like even when Edge beat Randy, I still kind of didn't like it. You know what I mean?
They had a long ass match, so it was kind of like
the only problem about that match is what it was too long. Everybody agree with that.
I think it worked only because you could play up the whole thing of all right, Edge is a little rusty, so we need this match to be a little long so he can get his foot going, and then boom, he wins. And it's like, all right.
I was laughing because me and Edge was laughing like this shit pre-recorded. They had it. Anyway, but
imagine Vince telling them like, "Hey guys, you're gonna have to go for about 25 minutes." 25?
Don't worry. We cut. We got glasses of milk on the side. You can drink them. Like shit like that. Something's like got water everywhere. You'll be fine.
Randy on the ground. They're like, "Where's Edge?" He's drinking water on the side and shit.
I think it is kind of interesting. Again, Punk didn't like. Here's the thing. As far as this whole thing versus WWE, I've been looking at the ratings again, and I told you what I've been told you. AEW gets decent numbers. They have zero consistency. Because I mean, if you look at their ratings, it's like they spike really good. They get just to the edge of 1 million and do very well, get right over it, and then drop. Like for 2 weeks.
I mean, it ain't Impact numbers, but it's
it's no. I think Impact and plus Impact's on Access, man. Come on, man. That's so unfair how people want to put that.
It wasn't like I was trying to fucking take the
No. I want to make that very clear. It's Impact. Leave it alone. It's like, yo, we treat Impact like the redheaded sister for no damn reason.
Because I remember a time where Impact was on TNN and we were like, "Oh shit!"
That's probably why it's so funny, Chris. Chris, when I think about it, that's why it's so funny to see them niggas cuck to fucking AEW the way they did. Like, I get it. I get that they don't got nothing like they used to. But yo, it's just like the way it's like, yes, Amasa.
Grow a pair, guys.
Like, y'all gonna take our title? You could take that too. You could take. You don't want the X Division one? All right. We got it here though.
Guys, grow a pair. But I was happy. I was happy. It was a moment. Obviously it was great and stuff. But meanwhile,
I'm cynic when it comes to that, man. Especially. I think the one thing I will say is this, and we can go on.
No pun intended. I actually thought I was getting punked because when I came back from Awesome Con that night and I go to YouTube, I saw Punk and AEW and I played it, right? And I'm hearing the crowd and stuff, and I hear Cult of Personality. I'm like, did somebody edit this shit? And I was like,
It did look like one of it.
This
It
is
did
real.
look like it. It did look like it because Punk didn't change up nothing on his damn logo.
And I
here's me.
forgot that he owns his name, so of course it's like, okay, yeah, I forgot he does own his name.
And it didn't kill me though when I saw his logo. Here's me. Wow, Punk. So you just every 40-year-old, you're not going to change now, are you? This is who you are. It's like I said that now before anybody says this, I said the same thing about Edge. I love Edge, but when Edge and Christian had their own show on WWE Network and it was like super immature 90s, I said the same damn thing. So when I see Punk out there, it's like this Punk, AFI is not coming back. Let it go. Like, no, the summer of 2001 has passed you, and you know it, Punk. But you know that's different. That's big from.
But
On some serious shit. It is interesting seeing one of my favorite wrestlers back. I don't think he would be the same. If anything, I hope he does. I hope he do have like a Shawn Michaels run, where it's him trying to do all the dream matches that he wants to do.
Yeah.
What I don't want is something fucked up to happen. And I think there's a high chance of that happening. And the fucked up part is like in the middle of a match, he gets hit and Punk is curled up and they got to stop a match or something. Or Punk did something. Or this shit where it was a good match. Yeah, I gotta let go of the title. It seems that I've torn blah blah blah. Like, like I have this weird, I hope it don't happen feeling that's going to happen. That their injury is going to take it out. Is like, yo, come on, bro. Somewhere where Vince is like, yes.
Knock on wood. I gotta admit, I'm low-key enjoying how AEW has booked Sting, how he just Ultimate Warrior no-sell shit, and I'm loving it.
Two things. Number one, that was an awesome moment. Second thing, I heard a loud crowd. This is D's face. So I know all of y'all were on the internet that night. Oh, Seth is unsafe. He's hurting him. He's an old man. Let me make this very clear, and I'm going to say it again here, Chris. I'm done blaming fans. I fucking hate the IWC.
Yeah, we have to specify that. So it is the IWC.
Let's specify that. I hate the internet wrestling community with a burning passion. They ruined wrestling for me. They've ruined it. I can't like half the cool shit that happens on AEW because you want to sit and jerk off because MJF coughed funny. Whatever, bro. Whatever. Let's go on. But
SummerSlam though. Oh baby.
Oh man. I laugh because I bet Vince is not going to do nothing. Vince didn't do much of anything. Vince like, nigga, I booked the show already. Why y'all act like I'm going to do something different?
No, here's my thing. Now, here's the thing. SummerSlam, for the most part, it was going fine.
You know what, Chris? SummerSlam, apart from two things, and you're going to say them, wasn't a bad show, actually.
It was going fine.
Not really a bad show.
Because here's the thing. Even the pre-show, I love Big E versus Baron Corbin.
Corbin is slowly one of the funniest, best things in WWE.
I love the bits that he's doing where he's just this downtrodden shit just is not going right for him.
People not liking him getting kicked in the balls. I love it.
His luck turned around for a week. He found $100. He got a nice little presidential suite, got a new shirt, and then today, oh crap, I'm in a motel. This sucks.
The best thing ever. His real life birthday was the other day, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to his fans for keeping kayfabe the entire time. His fans are going, "When can you afford that? Oh, I guess you found something now." Shout out to them. Dolph Ziggler said something in the comments too on his IG that was on the same level. This fake motherfucker. I knew you had money.
But yeah, Big E beat Baron Corbin.
That wasn't a bad match.
Really great match. I'm slowly loving the RK Bros.
Let me make it real honest with you. I agree with Matthew. That match was a cluster. The fans liked it. The fans liked it.
I mean, hey,
Chris, this is why I stopped doing this shit. Because I'm like this is bad. Why are you cheering for this? What is wrong with you?
Hey, guess what? I mean, Alexa versus Eva. Alexa got a lot of cheers when she beat the shit out of Eva. I was like, thank you. That was great. That was great.
That I don't give a fuck what you say. Her fucking move, her variation on the Sister Abigail is nasty. It's a face crusher. Instead of you going the other way, it's going to I love that. I'm like, that's how you do it. Like here's me. You know what? Vince McMahon may have took that joke and slapped it on you, but that's a
might as well keep it going.
keep it still going, Lexa. I'm proud of you, baby.
Damian Priest is your new U.S. championship. It seems like they're really liking Damian Priest, which all right.
Yo, shout out to the fans booing him. That was funny because I think the fans just didn't see Damian long enough for them to go, "Oh yeah, he a face, yeah."
That was a good match. It was a good match.
WWE Universe ain't shit, by the way.
No,
how do y'all motherfuckers get loud as hell for zero shit and then get dead? I swear, both AEW and WWE got some trash ass fans. I swear to God,
bipolar as shit.
They are so bipolar. Anyway,
I guess the saga of the Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio team is starting to crush under shambles. But I gotta say, hey Ray, what young person did you suck the blood of? Because this motherfucker still goes like he's in his 20s.
Man, I will say this: Ray I will give it up with his son being out there. There is a different boost in Ray that wasn't there before, and you could tell that Ray is now at the point where he's enjoying wrestling with his son. At first, you can tell it was him teaching, him telling, no, don't move out too far. Don't do this. Don't say nothing. Don't move. Hey, don't do this. You could tell he was doing that. Even a little bit, I would say probably about a couple months after WrestleMania, he was still kind of doing that, about a month or so after WrestleMania. But now at this point, man, the fans are actually backing up Dominic. It's weird to me.
I mean,
it is weird to me. It's going to be freaky as hell when the day finally happens, when he takes off the mask in front of everybody and hands it to us. It's like I'm not saying that Dominic deserves it. I don't know nothing about that, and I'm not even going to be that even close to cynical as a wrestling fan saying, "Oh, he has to earn it." No. I'm just saying this: the way it's looking right now, it's going to be freaky as hell when we see that on WWE television, y'all. It's going to be a weird time, man. But yeah, the fans like Dominic. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. Also, how was the match? It was high. That was the Usos. That was all Usos.
Standard SmackDown match. Standard SmackDown match.
You're right. That was a standard SmackDown match. That was all Jimmy and Jay on that match, man.
Also,
but both of the Mysterios are great though. They were all right.
I still love the fact that Roman still gives the Uso shit like that's the tag team belts, guys. Like,
we're going to get to Roman in this second. Go ahead.
Vince, I love you, man. You're gonna have to ditch these squash matches because what the fuck was that?
You know what? I always ask myself when it comes to squash matches, when was that agreed upon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do agree there are some squash matches that have real story to them, like legit story to them. The one that everybody hated was when Daniel Bryan lost to Sheamus, but that had a legit story to it.
Yeah, that was a long form story. At the time, it was kind of like, what the fuck is this?
Man, we didn't know what was going on. There was a long story to that one. Shout out to WWE on that one. Nobody saw that coming because Sheamus and Daniel Bryan ended up becoming a pretty decent rivalry. So we didn't see where that was going. In some cases, but then when you see it, sometimes it's there to spark a moment and stuff like that. Okay, the reason why, Chris, let's just keep it real. The reason why it didn't work is one main reason. Number one, Becky, you are not fucking Oscar.
You're not Brock Lesnar.
You're not Brock. You're not
Oscar.
You know what? If you were Nia, I could halfway believe this crap. Actually, no. I seen Nia wrestle. No, but you know what I mean. Actually, put it this way. If
It's not even about size. It's just the person.
But you see what I'm saying?
It's the person.
It's the
Like
person.
Asuka, if Asuka beat Bianca in 26 seconds, like, well, it's Asuka. Well, of course she did. Well,
Of course he did. Of course she did. And here's also the flip side of that. There's a reason why you don't have that happen. Also, is because there's Monster, and then there's just rolling over bitches.
Yeah,
and Asuka can do it, but I know Vince, that gets boring to him very quickly. He'd rather do a squash than do a whole long period of you just dusting motherfuckers, unless you're some big brooding dude that he likes for the moment.
Yeah.
So I think in this case, man,
it was weird because I've never seen people just like, because at first it was like Becky, because when Becky came out, everybody's like, oh shit, Becky's coming out, right? So in my head,
let me tell you, Becky was gonna win. Yes, I knew that.
I think somebody said it best, but a lot of us was like, look, we wouldn't have mind Bianca losing the belt if they did some shit like Bianca lost because she got, like, if Bianca got cocky in the middle of the match, like Becky's still rusty and Bianca was beating her down and she got cocky and then all of a sudden Becky caught a slip. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Exactly right.
You got it.
It was a situation where they're like, where they go a couple of holes and all that. Bianca slaps her, flips over, does something, does some shit like, whatever. And Becky grabbed her hair, like yoked her in or some crap like that, started beating the shit out of her, and then do that. See, again, this is me not defending this, Chris. I get why Vince doesn't want to go through that. I get it. And this is not me giving him no leeway for it. I know the logic behind it. Why here?
Yeah, that's the weird part.
It is logic. I get that logic. If I'm going to have somebody come back, catch her off guard, I get the logic. Why SummerSlam?
Yeah, that was the thing, because it was like, it's like, even with whatever I feel about Brock Kofi, it's like, well, it's the first episode of SmackDown on Fox. It made sense for Brock to roll over Kofi, and it's a shocking moment, and you're like, all right, cool, fine, whatever. I don't like it, but cool, fine.
Two things, and I told you, and I kind of told you when it happened, like with Kofi losing it, you had because whoever was going to beat Kofi was going to be the biggest heel in the world anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well give that heat to somebody who can handle it, which is Brock. Number two, the one thing I was like, oh, I believe it. Why? It's Brock Lesnar. It's Brock.
Have you guys seen Kofi versus Brock in Japan? Kofi tried his best, but
Kofi got destroyed. I love how they did it because Kofi survived at least 6 minutes in that, but it was 6 minutes of him getting tossed around.
Every once in a while he'll kick Brock. Every once in a while he'll kick Brock in the Dean. Brock will be like, "Ow, why?"
It was funny because I remember Kofi got like that light offense on him for 2 seconds, and Brock kind of did the. So like I said, in that case, I get it. Of course, you believe it because Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. He gets to do whatever he wants to do. Remember when they had their little bit of a blow off with that at the Royal Rumble when it was Kofi in the ring. Then it was Kofi in the ring. It was Ray in the ring, and it was and Ricochet in the ring. All three of these dudes lit this motherfucker up. But guess what? It's Brock Lesnar. Inevitable happens. Grab, toss, grab, F5, grab, suplex.
It's fun little kids.
It's inevitable. That's the way you book a monster. Here's the problem. Becky's not a monster. Becky's just a man. She's just a man. And
it did take down because what the weird part is,
you know me, Chris. I like Bianca. I'm just not going to be over the moon with her. That's the way you do that. That's how I feel. That's the way you do that.
And clearly it kind of veered into the Drew versus Jinder because that match was okay. Again, it was a standard Raw match.
They didn't have to do that match. Now, you want to know a match they did not have to do? That one. I will give Becky and Bianca more credit in that one. Holy crap.
Drew and Jinder, it's like, I get what you're doing.
Best part about that was that match stunk until Drew broke out that sword and started chasing his two boys. Was
it Veer and Shanky?
I think that's their name. I don't know their names. It's the big one, the other one. I forgot the name.
I think Veer's the big one. I think Veer might be the big one.
I am interested. I am kind of very interested in where that whole little trio goes, and I say that especially with clearly Triple H not having handle on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT like he used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's the direction any of these guys is going in?
I mean,
you know
they're
what I mean?
saying. I mean, you heard the news that NXT is going back to pre-taped, which I think a lot of people are excited because it felt like, and I don't know if you agree, a lot of people felt like NXT was trying to be the third wheel, especially since they were taking part in the Survivor Series and all that stuff, and a lot of people felt like NXT kind of lost sight of what it was,
I think
which was developmental. Like it needs to be that kind of like atmosphere instead of just, hey, we're the third branch, come here, and it's like,
it's
no,
kind of
like,
funny. It's kind of funny, and that's very important that people know that NXT's purpose kind of got lost in its own. Yeah, I will agree with that because there was at one point where it was exciting rookies, and then it became the super indies. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And then it went to the super indies to what Vince thought the super indies was.
mm-hmm.
And now NXT has this weird mix of where it's still clearly developmental, but they're trying to do way more than it needs to be, especially now, especially
Mm-hmm.
with the people they got on the show. And I don't know how that works, man.
I mean, they said they're going back to doing pre-taped, which means that it seems like they're going back to the old school way of what they were doing before. Which, I mean, it works because now you don't have to worry about doing live shows, and you can actually let the stories play out since you're pre-taping it.
I would hope that.
I mean, it makes sense.
I think the other thing a lot of people was like, it was like, oh, it can't keep up with Dynamite. I don't think that's necessarily true. As much as I think WWE did like the idea that was their bit of their competition, I don't think WWE was up for it. I can tell you that right now because there was straight, and the reason why I say that is because there was straight up no tit for tat when it came to NXT and Dynamite because AEW for whatever reason wants to take on the whole fucking monster instead of just a piece of the damn monster. But
and that's why they're on TBS now.
Whatever, but we're not going there because I still think that's actually a smarter move. But I don't know. It's kind of funny with the TBS TNT type of move.
It's all Ted Turner, sir. It's all Ted Turner.
Yeah, it's all Ted Turner. But what does actually help you? What gives you more ratings? What gives you more leeway to do your show the way you want?
Well, you're not competing with the NBA. That's one thing. So
that's one thing. Like the thing that killed me about that is everybody like, well, you did this, you did this, you did this. How are they gonna deal with the NFL? The NFL shows on Thursday. The NFL shows up on Thursday. Good college games comes on Friday. So it's gonna be funny. I think NXT going to pre-taping might help it. I don't know. Hopefully there's some foundation again.
Yeah.
At least for that.
I feel that we haven't seen the last of Nikki Ash, even though Charlotte Flair beat her and Rhea Ripley.
Nah. As much as I was mad at the result,
Charlotte didn't need to win. She really didn't.
Yeah, there's as much as I'm mad at the result. Two things. Number one, I thought that was actually a really good match. I thought all three girls showed their ass off. Number two, as much as I don't like Charlotte, I love every bit of her fucking energy. Her on Twitter with the belt in her hand. I am inevitable. Here's me.
Very, very, very valid point there, Thanos.
I whiff her on that one. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter. It comes back to me, bitch. Then again, just D. That's only because the Japanese bitch lets you. Oh, I stand by that. It's Oscar's world. You just living in it, bitch.
Oh, wait till Oscar comes back.
Wait till Oscar walks up to Mr. McMahon like, hi, Mr. McMahon. Am I going to get the belt again? Oh, yes, you can, Oscar. Where you want it? Tomorrow against her.
It's like Vince is like, well,
we got to make that happen. All right, Charlotte, go and get your ass kicked again. Don't worry, it's Oscar. I promise you did. God, I can't talk anyway.
The match.
I promise I won't let her hurt you. Look, I promise you won't give you some Chinese curse. She's Japanese, sir. Really?
She says she'll take you to round one arcade afterwards. It's gonna be great.
I get her to get Chris. Sir, she's Japanese. Really?
Didn't know.
Like Vince, they told you that yesterday. Look, then everybody's like, here's Stephanie. Chill out. I think Dad got dementia. Chill out. I think he has dementia. Boy, you better hope.
Don't let Meltzer find out.
I'll be honest with you. That's one thing. I really hope Vince doesn't go that way, man. Because it's already bad enough we got to hear like NFL owners going the route of dementia. I really don't want to see Vince McMahon. They bet like yo, the see who loser. Nick Khan runs it right now. Nick better get him out of the company if Vince shows a hint of dementia. Yo, I mean that. I'm not even playing around. The company's already shitty. The last thing we need is Vince. So Hulk Hogan's going to come out. They're trying to bring 85 back. Yeah, yo, come on, man.
Speaking of which, I think the match that Barnard had Black Twitter and all of us celebrating, Bobby Lashley beating the brakes off Goldberg and then killing his son afterwards. I loved it.
I loved it for one main reason because Goldberg had this dude actually. See, the one thing I will give Goldberg matches, and I agree with this one person. I wish there was just a tiny bit more storyline in it with Goldberg telling a story about how it is to be an older wrestler, to be out in front, because all of these matches he's losing, he's straight up losing. Like it ain't like when he lost to Drew, it was one of those moments where it's like, hey, you're the bigger man, you got me. You know what I mean?
I thought Drew beat Brock to get the
No. I'm just saying when Drew beat Goldberg.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Goldberg losing to Bobby, even though there was no moment where it's like, hey, you're the new big guy. That type of moment. It's like you could really put it in there, like, yo, Dad, stop this shit, man. You're not young no more. If WWE had a sense of good storytelling like that, it's real easy to do. But
who they do it? AD, you know who he gonna do it against, right?
Who?
Big E. You got to do that against Big E. You have to. I swear for God, you have to.
Big E was like, Goldberg, I love you. Now, I don't want to do this to you. I want it. You want it. Yeah, you want Big Meaty Man. I want Big Meaty Man pumping me. Boy,
you gotta give Big E that moment. You got to. You have to.
We're gonna have to give Big E his Shawn Michaels, the Ric Flair moment where he picks him up, put him in the big end. I'm sorry. I love you. 1, 2, 3.
You have to. You have to. You have to. It's just because my thing is this. In my head, I was thinking, what would happen if Goldberg did beat Bobby and all of a sudden you hear Big E come out with the briefcase? I'll be like, oh my God, it's happening.
I didn't even think of that. How big of a deal? Goldberg, that's the new WWE champion. All of a sudden you hear, feel the power. This big nigga running out there. Come on, big, and you see Goldberg because Goldberg is gassing, but adrenaline's pumping in. He's all sweating, dotted.
Yeah.
And you can see Big E, because you can't take this nigga nowhere. He unstraps the joke, muscles all twitching. Big Meaty Man bumping me.
Flexes his pecs.
Bumping me.
Dude flexes his pecs and shit, just all of a sudden just flexing them shits.
I'm mad. No, I'm dead serious. I am so mad how E has officially sold me on every big man match I will ever see from here on out. The second, like, man, ain't nobody trying to see this, and I think to myself, hey D, come on, man, come on, too big, they big, they're going at each other. You want your 5-star, man?
That's just not me. Your 30 minutes, nope.
I'm sorry.
Yo, the way he just broke.
The part that got me.
What's your 5-star matches? Just not me.
Not me.
I'm sorry. There's a reason why I love how Xavier and Kofi were cutting up, because Kofi, Xavier had me rolling because he laughed because he know he was right. Like, I don't want a 5-star match.
You gotta think about it. When I got as much as I did not want Brock and Goldberg to happen, when I saw it, I ain't gonna fake. The second Goldberg kicked out of that suplex, Here's me. Yes, let's go. This is bad wrestling at its finest. And they just like slugging each other. And I did no determine in my head, but in my head, big meaty man popping.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. 13-year-old Chris that watched WCW and watched Goldberg roll over everybody. I was like, oh my god, this is
I
great.
just thought about something, man. I was like, D, when you was 19, D, who'd you like? I love Brock when he first came in. So you mean to tell me you ain't hype for these?
That's why I was
I don't
like,
want a 5-star match. No.
your 30 minute work rate, not me.
Your high work rate. All these moves. No.
Yo, I swear to God, when Lashley put when he put fucking Gabe in that fucking damn move, I fucking lost
it. Grabbed Gabe. The second he grabbed Gabe, me lift every voice and sing.
An MVP living up to his name sat there and was like, well, hold on now, guys. Bobby didn't know Gabe was in the ring. I was like, you're an asshole, MVP, but I love it.
Alvin Burke is one of the greatest black men who would ever live. Oh my God.
When he said, now hold on, he didn't know he was in the ring.
MVP, and you heard him. Now hold on. All that fucking Miami hopped out that nigga. Hold on, whoa. He didn't know he was.
I was like, that was perfect.
I bet that gift. Oh man, Goldberg just lost. Black race. Boy.
I think the taste of Becky beating Bianca kind of went out our mouths immediately as soon as he did that. I was like, okay.
For me, it went right out. Oh my God. Because I always forget, even with WWE being in a bit of a slump mode right now, they still have great moments. They're still doing decent. This is the best they've been in a while. And I'm not saying the best. Not the best, but they're doing all right. They're fine. It's just corny. This is a show.
Oh man.
Jesus. So you're going to get moments like this, and I forgot. Oh my God, I was dying.
Now we get to the main event: Roman versus Cena. As you said earlier. Oh, what missed something?
Edge and Seth.
Oh, Edge and Seth. My bad. So I like how Edge came out to the Brood theme. I ain't gonna lie, that theme still slaps to this day. I fucking love it.
That theme song is nasty, man.
That came out, had the hellfire, like he came out, and all of a sudden, boom, played his fucking Edge theme immediately afterwards.
And I forgot how much my wife fucking loved old Brood Edge, so she's freaking out because it's him. You don't do it that whole.
The only thing missing was the blood. I was like, oh shit! If he came out with blood, man.
And I found out why they didn't use blood.
Why?
I hate sponsors. People forget about this. It's not so much that WWE wants to be PG or whatever. KFC, H&R Block, whoever's on there, they're not going to. The reason why, and I need people to really understand that, especially people who are young. You wouldn't know that because wrestling has a violent, nasty history that no advertiser wants to get around like that. Only a few will do it, not everybody. And most of the people that will do it, they were like, yeah, I mean, you can do it, man. We don't give a fuck, man. You give us like whatever. But then again, Colgate probably going to be on there. It's like, I don't know. Do they have to use the N-word? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's always going to be something, man. That's what I heard. It was sponsors. And which is fine, whatever. I don't care, man. Blood is not the black blood, the ooze, whatever you want to call it. It was great. Yeah. I thought it was all right. I thought the match itself was good. The one thing I will give this is the Edge. And this is why I hope there's some good stuff for CM Punk, is that Edge looks great. Wrestling, very great. Not his top work, but you know.
Well, I mean, he has to adjust. I think you said it best. Great. I think you said it best is like that neck injury, he has to adjust.
He had to adjust, and I think it's kind of and he just got done wrestling one of the most versatile people on the roster by what some of the IWC, the most dangerous. So get over it. On a roster, I don't even say IWC. I just think just people who are still mad Goldberg hurt Bret Hart. Those people. But
I ain't gonna front
somebody
though.
kind of rough. But on some real shit. Even though I'm pretty sure Seth is one of the safest dudes. Seth is a rough motherfucker. He is gonna come on, man. Let's get the crowd what they want.
I ain't gonna lie. I got a little squeamish when he did the pedigree reversal on that spear. I was like, oh shit, that was nice at first, but I was like, yo, Edge, you all right? All right, you all right.
Man, the one thing I did notice, and I noticed this when he came back last year in the Royal Rumble. Anytime Edge takes
up this year.
No, last year. In last year's Royal Rumble, he did his last in the year, in COVID Royal Rumble, right before COVID happened. And that one, every time Edge hit the ground kind of funny, or he took impact kind of weird, you'll see him immediately like grabbing his hand, like trying to flex his fingers and all that, trying to get feeling back into his fingers. Meaning that he's always scared he's going to take a bump that's going to hurt him.
Oh yeah, because Drew won 2020, and then he won, and Edge won this year. Damn, I'm tripping.
You don't remember when Edge came out?
It's like I vaguely remember it because I remember more of the 2021 to 2020.
COVID. I understand.
Yeah, I totally
understand.
Yeah, it happened and stuff.
There was so much good crap happening on that Royal Rumble, but whatever, man.
Yeah, but Roman Cena. So I mentioned earlier about how Roman just takes the piss out of the Usos winning the tag team championship, right?
Yeah.
You hear this dude fucking talking when he's walking out there, telling them, "Hey guys, hang back, I got this," and they just looking at him like, "But Us, you don't want us?" Huh? Nah,
I got this.
Stay back there. just stay back there.
Shit
talking Roman is the greatest Roman ever.
As a match, it was okay. It was okay. It was what I expected. I did find it kind of funny how many fans were actually still like really into it like that, And I think a lot of people were over because when Roman had a nice little pop, Cena had a nice little pop. So this whole thing about the whole versus thing is only something the IWC is bringing out. People are going to pop no matter what. Was CM Punk's pop the greatest? No, it wasn't. Trust me, it wasn't. When I saw that thing, and I think it's fake. Guinness World Book of Records. Oh, that might be the biggest pop. Who's the mark that works for y'all?
There's a mark there. It has to be.
Because
has to be.
I'm guarantee you, in that same stadium when the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup,
way louder.
It was way louder.
I mean, look. I'll say this too. I just love how Roman is pretty much the only one that can do the ooh wah. Because when Cena did that shit, I was like, that is the most corniest.
It was so whack. It was so whack. God, man, he put a lot of mayonnaise on that. Ooh.
And then promptly got us shut down for doing that shit. And I love it. I thought it was great. The biggest pop, though, was one Brock Lesnar with his redneck ponytail rolling out there.
You know what? I didn't give a fuck when anybody said the second Roman picked up, after he was done looking at the replays, and Roman had the thing in his hand. I saw nothing in that corner. I was like, Brock's about to come out. Bow! Like, there he is.
Looked in very good shape.
Like everybody, and you know what? It's so funny. A lot of people are questioning how. I hate the IWC. How good a wrestling shape he is. Like, it ain't been a whole year, has it? Like, Jesus, y'all like Brock is like this decrepit old man. Like, for him going to that ring immediately, y'all suplex him suplexing Cena. Predictable. I knew that was going to happen. No.
But him doing the stare down, because I like the story to this crest, because somebody said it best. If Roman don't roll over on Brock, I'm going to be mad.
I don't think it's going to happen. And I think that's the problem. I think that's truly the problem.
Because you got to have Roman beat Brock. You can't just have Brock just mollywop Roman. Or at the very least, Roman don't drop the belt and he just, he loses but doesn't drop the belt.
Nuh-uh. You're going to have to make this a story and make it how Roman is not what he think he is. And I don't mean
he's not the tribal chief.
No, I'm not like saying take his tribal chief and nothing like that, but you're going to have to I hope, and I really do, because WWE only has time for 2 of them a year. I hope this is one of them. One of them where they actually you know what I mean by this. They only pick 2 storylines to invest legit time into, to actually give a good build up, good whatever, and all that. This sounds like one of the ones you can do. The only thing I can say for this one is that Paul Heyman is going to be so weird what they're going to do with Paul in this.
Because Paul was in that corner like, oh my God, Brock, I'm so sorry.
because Paul's going to be on one side. The tribal chief doesn't want to lose to Brock Lesnar. That's not what happened. So I'm going to do what I can to make sure that this doesn't happen. But what if Brock wants to, of course, wrestle Roman? I know Paul Heyman. Well, Brock is going to do what he wants to do.
But also,
and I think that's why you let Roman lose, just so you can have Paul do this. The fuck you want me to do? Yes, you are the tribal chief.
But
I told your Samoan ass not to wrestle him, and you did it anyway.
But D, guess what though, too? RIP to the Usos, because you know Roman gonna throw their asses at Brock every step of the way.
I have this weird.
Brock is gonna murder the Usos.
And that's another thing where I think is also going to go in reverse, where it's going to be like, "Oh, we did that because you told me to." I only told you that you can only stage off Brock Lesnar so long. Like it's going to be some bullshit like that. Jimmy's not going to be able to. You always fuck up Jimmy, so it's going to be Jimmy. Got to be the one that's going to be.
I was like, the Usos are gonna be fucking going in on Brock, and Brock is gonna murder their asses.
This is a real interesting storyline that they do with it. That's all I can say. I hope they have something set up for it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it should be great. So, but yeah, like I said, SummerSlam, like I said, highs and lows and stuff. I remember also too. I should have mentioned this earlier. So there's gonna be an alliance in college football. Big Ten, Pac-12, and ACC. They are an alliance now.
Baru? What?
They're an alliance. So basically, yeah. So it's basically it's more so they're combining efforts to more so stabilize their respective conferences.
So, all right, I see right here. Big Ten to the alliance. Wait a minute, what? The 3 commissioners formed their bond after the SEC invited Texas and Oklahoma, and I knew that was going to fucking happen because the second they came in with it, the Pac-10, ACC, 12, and NFL. There is no signed contract. The commissioner of the Pac-12
handshake agreement.
Yep. So they're all going it. So.
I mean,
this is what I'm talking about. This is one of the things that it's one of the reasons why it was very important to have the players get some type of foundation to get paid. Because there's about to be because what that tells me, Chris, is going to be a whole lot of money. There's about to be a lot of money thrown out there. Especially the Big Ten, Pac-12, and the ACC.
Yep.
So
does this technically mean Maryland's back in the ACC?
Here's me. So Big 12. Yeah, man, we all right, man. We chilling, bro. I mean, we don't need Texas, man. We still got Baylor. We still got Texas Tech.
Still good.
We still got Kansas. Still got Kansas. I mean, we straight, man. I mean, we don't even need them niggas, man. They can just leave. They can leave. Okay. Makes no sense.
Now okay.
What?
Real quick. NBA. Real quick.
I'm listening.
Oh boy, in the Lakers that decided not to do that extension.
Oh, Dennis Schroeder. We forgot all about Dennis Schroeder.
Okay.
Oh my God. This nigga reverse boosters millions himself, man. How the hell do you do this shit?
You're on a team. You had an opportunity to be on a team that's stacked and actually prove yourself, right? You're playing with LeBron, everything's great. Now I understand you bet on yourself. That's admirable, very admirable. You signed to the Celtics for a 1-year deal that's lesser than what you would have got if you stayed on the Lakers.
Yep. And the thing that really gets me is this. The thing that gets me is this. He rejected such a huge contract that Chris, currently, there's nobody in the NBA that would have took him as a starter for $84 million. And he thought he could turn it down because he wanted $120 million contract. Chris, this guy who doesn't play point guard better than LeBron wanted to get paid $120 million. LA, because they don't smoke crack, said no. He's not the first one to do that, and he's not going to be the last player to do that because by this list that I got right here, DeMarcus Cousins did that shit. Victor Oladipo did that shit. Wait a minute. I don't know.
Latrell Sprewell did that shit too.
Bonzi Wells did that. Now, Bonzi Wells, I remember that shit, man, because he was supposed to be all big, and the Kings was going to give him. The Kings were.
They were going to extend him an offer for was it 4 years or something like that? 4 years.
All right. Actually, here's these players turned out big contracts and lost a lot of money. Latrell Sprewell, $21 million. Bonzi turned down $30 million. Norris Noel, he turned down $70 million. And I'll agree with Shannon is a little bit different in this case when he, with his, but still he turned out a whole lot of money because he really thought he was worth a lot more than what he was. But still, Dennis ain't the first player to do this shit. He won't be the last player to do it.
Dear God.
But he truly, Chris, that's what made it so funny to me. He truly thought he was worth more than what he was. No, you're not. No, you're not. Just no. Do you think you can start for 18? Before you say Wizards, we don't want his ass. So who did you think you was going to start for making that much? No. And he deserves to get that paid that much. Now it's going to be really funny because I don't know where he's going to end up on that Celtics team.
I mean, they say he's on the Celtics for a year, so I mean, I hope the motherfucker steps up.
You would hope.
I mean, it's just when I heard that it's like I heard all these varying opinions, and it's like, yes, I respect, bet on yourself, but at the same time, be realistic. I mean, that's just what it comes down to. Be realistic while betting on yourself and realize, all right, I can stay on the Lakers, build up my fucking repertoire, and then see where it goes, or I can sit there and just say YOLO and just see what happens.
Nope, he didn't do none of that. This motherfucker said, I believe in myself because I'm a strong black female and I could make it in this world.
Nah, look at you. You're leaving LA to go to Boston.
Dusty ass nigga. You ain't going to be starting. You're going to have Jason Tatum making fun of your ass. Like
a rookie's clown. Anyways, that's it for Working Title Sports Show this week. We'll be back for our big NFL extravaganza.
Where we talk nothing but football. Football, not football.
Talking shit about some teams and praising some teams too as well, so. Anyways. Oh, go ahead.
No, get Jerry Jones out of my face because he keeps judging me.
Anyways, guys, we'll catch you later. Peace.